Thank you for joining me. Today we are doing a restorative practice. We are aiming for deep, present relaxation, contentment. Many of us, we are stuck in our busyness. Whenever we're awake, engaging our duties, consuming information. It's the holiday season. A lot of us are go, 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 go. Winter can be this time of contemplation, reflection. The weather outside is frightful. So in this practice, we're here to develop a deep presence. That's the goal of yoga: self-realization, God realization, this present moment, the gateway to our highest potential. So we're going to leave the doing, busyness state of mind for this present flow of being. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. You're meant to be doing exactly what you're doing. Unlike other practices of yoga, this restorative practice is not intended to bring about a stretch, a sensation, tension, or challenge your comfort zone. Rearrange your space, fidget. Whatever you got to do to allow yourself to surrender, to experience peace, relaxation, a deep relaxation. We want to experience the space of limitless potential in the present moment. You will need some props for this practice. We want to support every joint in a manner that mimics a sensory deprivation tank or the womb. Props like pillows, blankets. You can put towels and pillowcases to firm up your pillows for a bolster if needed. Straps or scarves. Minimum 2 blocks. Yeah, I think that should be. Any weighted blanket that you like, maybe an eye pillow. You can, if you have a favorite scent, you could bring that for an additional benefit. Notice, we want to make sure that your limbs are supported the whole time with blankets. So pause the video, find a prop if you need to support yourself. All right, I'm excited for us to relax. I am looking forward to a sense of peace with you. Okay, so to set up for our first pose, deer pose, you are going to benefit from a bolster and a block. So you can put the block on the floor and have the bolster on top of it. And just in anticipation of where we're going to go in the pose, you can grab some blankets if you like, just to make sure no part of you is unsupported. We're using the blankets to frame the bolster for your forearms. Okay. Looks like we are set up. Okay, so to begin, we're going to bring your right hip bone up to the bolster, swing your left leg back behind you. Your right leg is in front, so the shin is parallel to the top of the mat, and your left knee comes to your right arch. You're going to frame your hands over your bolster. Just make any necessary adjustments. You can take a moment to inhale, lengthening your spine as you exhale, draping your torso over the bolster, belly, high ribs, and chest. Bringing the forearms to the mat or the blankets. As you get into this pose, you can bring your right cheek to the mat or the bolster. Closing your eyes, focusing on your breath. Inhaling deeply, noticing the twist, allowing your belly to expand, and exhale fully. Feeling this gentle stretch in the hip and thigh. You can soften any tension in the jaw, neck, and shoulders. And for an additional twist in this posture, if you feel ready, you can switch your cheek, the left cheek, onto the bolster. And just adjust your body, position props, anything you need, and noticing this twist. We're going to continue to remain in this posture. In your own time, when you are ready, we're going to prepare to switch sides. And to come out of this pose, use your hands, press and lift your chest off of the bolster. Slowly return to center. And to switch sides, it's a little clumsy, but we're going to flip the bolster to the opposite side of the mat. So you're going to bring the block and the bolster to the other side. Rest your bolster on top of your block. Arrange your blankets as you need around the bolster to frame it. We're going to bring your left hip bone up to the bolster and swing your right leg back behind you. So your left leg is in front, your shin is parallel to the top of the mat. Your right knee comes to your left arch. Framing your hands over your bolster, taking a moment to inhale, lengthening your spine, and exhale, slowly drape your torso over your bolster, belly, ribs and chest, forearms down to the mat or the blankets. You can bring the same side cheek to the bolster, your left cheek. Relaxing into this pose, allowing the left hip to open, focusing on your breath. And as I said, you can fidget anything just to help you release into this pose comfortably, to feel still. In your own time, as you are comfortable, if you would like the additional twist, you can inhale and elevate, lifting a little bit to switch cheeks, turning your head to the other side of the bolster, and exhaling down to adjust into the pose, noticing any changes and making any adjustments as you sink into this twist. great work with these poses, both sides of the deer pose. We are going to prepare to come out of it in your own time, using your hands to press and lift your chest off of the bolster, slowly and with gentleness. We are returning to center. Notice the effects of this last pose on both sides of your body, both legs. We are going to prepare for the next pose, child's pose. Okay, this first variation of child's pose, you're going to have a blanket underneath your bolster to give it some height, and you can roll up a blanket for your ankles at the bottom there. I put sort of an eye blinder. You don't have to do that if that, bothers you. And there's a block in front of your bolster. So I'm going to rest my ankles on that rolled up blanket, and I'm going to sit back on my heels, extending my chest over the bolster, and I'm going to tuck that I don't know what to call it, over my face, and I have my face resting on the bolster. We're going to be in this pose for 14 minutes. This variation, and we may switch halfway through. Just enjoy the effects of this. This is a slight, gentle hip opener. It's not intended to stress your hips. So if you need to adjust, please do so. Okay, so to prepare ourselves to transition to this second variation of child's pose, we are going to exit the way we came into this pose, gently pushing into the hands. If you had a blindfold on, you can remove that, rising into all fours. We're going to pull the rolled blanket from under your ankles out. And we're going to scoot forward closer to the bolster to allow the forehead to rest on that block. The legs are going to go into a more wider, more frog posture. You're going to come forward onto all fours, leaving space for your head to relax on the forehead of the block. Come, relaxing the belly, hip points, and chest on the bolster. Hands are down into the Sphinx position. Palms onto the floor. Turn the feet out to rest on the inner knee or inner foot. If you have any pressure or pain, you can come to the tops of the thighs with the legs straight and place a blanket under the knees for support to ease the pressure. Go ahead, relax the forehead onto the block. As you breathe into this shape, you are massaging your organs with your breath. Smooth, deep breathing. If you want a forehead massage, you can gently roll the forehead right to left, left to right. This position, this shape, can help alleviate neck tension, headaches. If you're holding yourself up with your arms, let it go. If you notice tension on the neck, you can lower the block to a lower position. And if it's still not quite right, I would invite you to pause the video and put another blanket under the bolster to add additional height. We want to be patient with whatever adjustments are needed to get into this variation of the posture. Notice the energy settle into this shape, your presence, your attention in the now. Okay, we're going to prepare to exit this pose. I'm going to begin a little transition where we go into yet a third version of child's pose, in which we scoot backwards and we're resting with our head in sort of like the middle or lower part of the bolster, this last and final stage of this pose. Giving us time to transition with ease and grace, noticing the effects of this shape. Okay, we're gonna ease out of this pose one last time, pressing into the arms, sitting up. You can remove a blindfold if you like, and just noticing how you feel, taking in how the energy in your body is. We're going to have a slight break before we prepare for our next pose setup. Okay, we've made it to the second to last shape. Supportive bridge pose, Sarvangasana. We're going to take 2 bolsters and line them up. Or if you don't have 2 bolsters, you can take 2 blankets and a bolster. You can also use a blindfold if you like. You don't need to. And we do want a strap. So from a seated position on your bolster, we want to start to wrap above the knees, maybe around mid-thigh. We want to tighten the adjustment piece and have the tail sort of flip or off in the direction of the head, so you can reach down and pull or tighten as needed. So the benefit of using the strap in this position is that we're going to bring the femurs from external rotation to neutral position. It helps us stay with our legs neutral. It's nice for this pose. So it's something enjoyable is hopefully the goal, more relaxing. So scoot down. You're going to prepare to lower and have your shoulder blades completely off of the bolsters. So you may need to adjust and try this out a couple times. See where you land. So you're going to have your arms in a goalpost position. Your head is, your shoulder blades are completely off the bolster. Your chest is sort of bent open. You can tighten the strap to get your femurs in that neutral position. Your head is also neutral. Fix anything that feels off to help you relax into this position. Remember, smooth, deep breathing. If you want to add a sandbag onto your thighs, you can. Or you could just, maneuver them out of the way. If you want the chest open, sort of like this heart opener. Your arms are in goalpost position. Femur should be in neutral position. Enjoy the lack of light if you have blindfolds on. Smooth, deep breathing. Feeling the effects of this shape. Okay, we are going to begin our transition from supported bridge to corpse pose. So from Sarvangasana to Shavasana. You can remove your blindfold if you like. Open your eyes. Take a breath. If you had a weighted bag on you, you can push that aside. And we can loosen the strap a little bit so we feel the effects of this pose. And you can bring your knees up and putting the pressure on your shoulders, you can push that bolster underneath you to the side. As we're lowering to the ground, you can take this strap. You can also kick away your other bolster or your other blankets. Or reach and loosen the strap with bent knees if that helps. And then we can slip the strap off. You can kick it away if you like, gently. If you have a blanket available, you may find it a nice accessory to help us relax into this final resting position. Take your time adjusting the blanket into position. Let your feet fall open, palms facing up. Bring the shoulder blades closer together, prop your heart up. You may be more aware of tension in the body from the awareness gained during this practice. We often forget to breathe when we are nervous or afraid. Notice the calm in the moment, a sense of absorption. Creating a sense of calm, presence, and peace enables you greater access to your creativity, enhanced control over emotional regulation, executive functioning, impulse control, can improve your decision making. We want to greet the world from a place of peace and presence in the moment. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for your practice. May you carry this calm into your life. Come back to it whenever you need to. This retreat, it's always here. The calm is always inside. Remember your breath. Enjoy the rest of this posture. Okay, you can stay as long as you like. You can pause the video and continue. But if you'd like to close the practice, you can start to fidget your fingers and toes and begin to stretch, and you can bend your knees. We can go onto your side in the fetal position, resting on your arm. You feel up for it, you can press into your arm and sit up. Make any adjustments with the blanket. Any kind of neck rolls. Feel a little stiff because we've gotten into some places we haven't for a while. Taking a breath. You can have your hands at your knees. You can sway side to side. Thank you for meeting me at the end of this practice. I wish you a great rest of your day. Namaste.